What is going on, YouTube? Dad with a bike, and yeah, we just took the bobber to Costco. I didn't buy anything, I just had to return a little electronic thing. But anyway, the reason I wanted to talk to you all today is because I got a new seat. That's right, I did. I have a seat to replace my Saddlemen, and we're going to talk about what that seat is. So if you are interested, stick around. I think you might like it. Alrighty, y'all, thanks for sticking around, and if you are new to the channel and you had just stopped by, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, help me grow my channel. And if you like this video, do me a favor, stab the like, and if you want to see more like it, hit that notification bell, and I will let you know next time I upload a video. Alrighty, y'all, so yes, like I said, I have a new seat. I have a seat to replace my Saddlemen, and you might ask, why on earth are you replacing your Saddlemen? Well, as we sit here in traffic and I explain the detail to you, I need to do a little bit of two-up riding because my daughter is going to be getting her motorcycle license before too long. Actually, when she turns 16, it's a deal that we made. She'll be getting her motorcycle license. Now, for her to get her motorcycle license, before she does any of that stuff, I'm requiring her to ride with me from time to time, because I want to walk her through tactics and, you know, how to really stay alive in traffic. And I want her to be on the bike when I am doing it, so that we are at speed and she can see and understand. So, and that's why I'm getting a two-up. I could have gone and went and did a Saddlemen 2-up, but those are really hard to come by right now for some reason. I really don't have a whole lot of time to wait. So I was digging around and I was looking on really what could potentially be that solution for, you know, a nice looking 2-up seat that, you know, doesn't look crappy. You know, I don't want like a passenger pillion seat. I don't want those. Those, to me, I don't like them. Yuck, yuck. They don't suit me for what I want. Okay, so I need to get to Harbor Freight, so I guess we're gonna have to do a loop-de-loop. So that's why. And I'd actually been digging around and looking for quite some time. Actually, for the past couple months, I've been looking. And, you know, all the ones that I found, they all say that they're good for the Indian Scout, but not the Indian Scout Bobber. And I was like, man, why is that? And I couldn't really get a good reason why. You know, I reached out to like Roland Sands because they've got this really nice looking 2-up seat that is primary a solo with a small passenger pillion patch. And I really like those, but I reached out to them and they said, no, it doesn't fit the, ooh, we're gonna do a U-turn. Doesn't fit the Indian Scout Bobber. I was like, well, you suck. When in all actuality, they do. However, I found one that I like much, much better, which is by Mustang. Interestingly enough, if you did not know this, the ones that Roland Sands made, you can look them up. Maybe I'll link some to you because they're an option. But the ones that Roland Sands made are actually a partnership with Mustang. So they're actually Mustang-made seats. Anyway, I got the Mustang Mees Signature Series seat in the tuck and roll edition, and I'm going to show you that right now. And wha-bam, the Mees, or the Mustang Mees Signature Series tuck and roll. Look at this, man, it is nice. It's got this carbon kind of look tuck and roll here. That's the inlay for the seat. It's the same for the little passenger pillion. It's got this nice supple you know, material that kind of goes up. It's not really leather, you know, Mustang really doesn't do leather. It's kind of the Mustang vinyl that's like leather, pleather maybe, I don't know. But that's what the seat is. And when I say it's not quite made for the Scout Bobber, is because, yes, it's got the pin here, but it doesn't have the latch to go up underneath the fender, which is why we're here at Harbor Freight. It's a problem I can fix, because actually underneath the seat they have an empty bolt for a 5/16 by 24 that you can put in. So if I have a metal feed that I can put in, basically bolt it in. Anyway, eventually I'll get to it and I'll show everybody how it works. But really, this is all about the seat, why I got it, and what do I think about it so far. Looks, man, it's a sexy seat. So looks-wise, and it is beautiful. I mean, let me take that off. Look at that. That is bad-ass. And for nowhere near the cost of something like a Corbin, like the Brave, I think out the door, tax, everything, $400. Anyway, I'm going to go into Harbor Freight, do my thing, and we're going to jump back on the bike, and I'm going to tell you what I think about this from a feel perspective. Like, is it comfortable? So we'll be back in a minute.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, that was a pointless errand because Harbor Freight did not have what I need. And I am looking for a 5/16 by, that's 3/4 of an inch by 24, the thread anyway. And that's because that's what the little missing bolt underneath the seat is. And that's the thing that I'm going to be able to use to make it so that I can permanently affix, or not permanently, but make it so that I have that the same little latch that we've got on like the Saddlemen Seats or like the stock seats to stick up under the fender to hold the seat in place better. But all is not lost if it doesn't work, because right now I've been riding on this seat for a while. It doesn't move, not when I'm on it. So that's kind of nice. That means that even if I don't solve that problem, it ain't no thing, because it does not go anywhere once some pressure is put on the seat. And I think it's because of the way the seat's made. It's got these little rubber grommets in multiple places that do a good job at sealing, making contact into the surface on the frame of the bike, kind of down low where the seat initially connects, and then up over the fender. It does a really good job at connecting and sticking properly so it doesn't slide around. I'm like not moving at all. So that's pretty damn cool. So even if I can't solve it that way, I don't think it's a big deal. And I will tell you why. Because come hell or high water, this seat is staying. I will be selling my my Saddlemen LS Solo. So anybody who wants it, I'm selling it. So I guess, I already talked to price. So let's break this down a little bit. We'll kind of give this a review on what I think of it so far. We'll go by price, we'll go by seating position, and we'll go by comfort. So the price, to me, is right. So $400 out the door, I get a very nice-looking, sporty, 2-passenger seat, that is not as ugly as throwing on, a second, like the passenger pillion thing. Looks pretty sweet. So, price-wise, man, it's pretty dang good. You can't beat it. So let's talk seating position. And I had to do this a few times. Like I put this on, sat on it, took it off, put my Saddlemen back on, sat on it. I mean, I bet I did that like 20 times before I could finally tell really what the difference was. And it's kind of hard to tell. I do know that I sit a scotch lower, which actually is pretty good. I think I sit maybe a half an inch lower, so I'm sitting now more in the bike than on the bike, which I prefer. And it really didn't change my, like, how far I was sitting back or how far I was sitting forward. I think that's stayed the same. But my seat height is a little lower. So seating position-wise, it's pretty darn close. Not enough to care, especially when you talk about the immediate comfort, and I'll explain that in a second. All right, so when I say immediate comfort, so here's my experience with Saddlemen. And don't get me wrong, Saddlemens are like fantastic seats. Like, they're amazing. I love Saddlemen. I love Saddlemen products. But it takes a minute to break them in. And, they're not out of the box comfortable. And with mine, I worked mine. Like, I even took it off the bike, and I would, like, you know, rub it, push on it, and all kinds of stuff to do whatever I could to kind of work it to be more, you know, supple, if you will. And that's kind of the downside of Saddlemen, is it does take a hot minute to get them broken in. But once they're broken in, they're super comfortable, and they keep you planted in your seat well. So if you're an aggressive rider, you know, those Saddlemens do a good job. But let me tell you this. I pulled this Mustang Seat, this Jared Mees Mustang Seat, out of the box, put it on my bike, and it was immediately comfortable. I mean, it was like I was sitting on a pillow. This tuck and roll, maybe it's the, you know, the way they build the padding, it's the gel inserts, it's whatever the hell it is. My ass, truly likes sitting in this seat. And I don't slide around. I'm very planted. You know, I can hang and bang around corners and I don't move. Which is also an interesting thing, because remember, like I said earlier, there's, you know, the seat on the bottom, it only connects in the front. And even with that, and even with like pulling around corners, the seat doesn't move. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I don't need to make that modification after all. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about comfort. It's super amazing. Like, I'm pretty darn certain I will be able to take this thing on really long trips, and my butt will be uber happy. And if I throw on my little gel pad, it's just going to be even better. Anyway, I'm uber impressed with the immediate comfort of this seat. Now, that's a good thing. Also, might be a bad thing, because I am worried that the more I ride this seat, is it gonna break in, and is it gonna become loosey-goosey? You know, I don't know. Maybe some of y'all know. If you've ever owned a Mustang Seat, drop me a comment. Let me know if they usually stay true to form long after you've ridden them for a while. I truly am curious, because that is the only thing that worries about me with this being so comfortable out of the gate, is that very thing. So anyway, let me know. So anyway, I will drop the link in the description where I got it from. I actually bought it from JP Cycles. They've got them in stock. The turnaround time was fast. I ordered it, and then it showed up 3 days later. So thanks, JP Cycles. Anyway, that's really it. And, you know, I'm going to leave y'all here. I got a new seat. Probably going to be selling my Saddlemen, because, like I said, I need a 2-up. And, yeah. So anyway, y'all know the drill. Be kind. Be safe. Peace.